Greetings, this is Big Brother. I'm going to do a voiceover. There was a dog in the building. Auctioneers let it in, so here we go. Lots of jewelry. Half of the auction is all jewelry and jewelry making things. I know enough to be dangerous when it comes to jewelry and costume jewelry. I'm not overly knowledgeable in it, but I know signs to look for and stuff like that. Yeah, it's all gemstones. Aren't those beautiful? Forgive me for saying a lot. I'm sorry. I've never done a voiceover, so. Could use ice cube trays. I see that being done a lot. Rocks and necklaces. And there's that damn dog. It was barking. It's a smaller building. It was echoing. It's one of those yappy dogs. I'm not real keen on it, but you know, it's a dog. It's going to do dog things. I blame the owners, not the dog. So, Fisher Price stuff. Go comp them out what you want. I really don't want to mess with them. I've messed with them before. Some do good, some don't. Plastic lunch boxes, I really didn't have any interest in them. There is one on the bottom I do like. I'm pointing out the X-Men thing there. I watch those cartoons religiously. Yeah, the Snoopy box on the bottom. Yeah, I would have got that for sure, providing it had the thermos in it. And we're going to go back to more jewelry, because half this auction is jewelry. All these gemstones. Now, I don't know if those are real gemstones. I doubt it. It wouldn't be the first time I've seen it. Or those could be, I don't know, high-grade synthetics. I mean, why are they in those little cups? Why? I don't know. I don't know enough. I know what names to look for. I know what kind of class to look for and stuff like that. But when it comes to the strictly gemstones, I don't know. I have no idea. But they are pretty. Yep. Some shells for jewelry making. I could tell they used to be in somebody's booth because they have $5 price tags on them and such. And in this ice tube, I'm showing you this. I've sold these before. It's a little trinket box, and the top of it turns into a brooch. They're usually made of pewter. 12 to 15 bucks for them usually. Pretty quickly, depending on the design on the front, of course, and when you sell it. They sell good around, you know, Valentine's Day and stuff. You know, Christmas. There's some quilts and blankets. I know a little bit. I know about looking for stitching, but I don't know enough about material yet to be confident with quilts and such. I see them a lot. I really do. There's those buttons. Going to be in every auction. Owner pulled out a big hefty bag just full of those buttons. So he said he's been selling them off for 5 years, almost every auction. And I've seen him at every auction, so yeah. These are pipes. They're super fragile. I was thinking maybe if I could get the whole tray cheap, I'd go for it. That's a dime bank advertising piece. It's not complete. It's missing things. It's worthless, pretty much. Save it for a collector. Cookie jars behind. I see the cow a lot. You open it up and it goes "Mrrr." These are the batteries. I've not seen the cat one before, but they are comps. I think these comp out around 20 bucks on eBay. They're not very heavy, but they're not exactly light either. And this is a reproduction of the real deal. That paint is just too bright. Those corners are just too clean. There's no way, if that was the real deal from the 30s or 40s, you know, I'd be sitting in Sotheby's or Christie's, you know. So, yeah. So I put it back. I find the battery compartment too. That's a dead giveaway. Nutcrackers. I dropped a lot of film before this, but that's okay. Look, Steinbeck nutcrackers. Go comp them out. I'd say on average they're going around 50 bucks. The big ones, those things just look mean. Arr, I don't know. The small ones with sitting on top of the boxes they go in are comping out around between 100 and 150 bucks. And yeah, I don't understand that either, but that's what it is. Lennox. I've not had a lot of success with Lennox. Maybe Lennox is starting to come back. Maybe not. I don't know. I've not had good luck with good Lennox pieces that should sell. That's Christmas. That's all Christmas Lennox, so it'll probably sell. I don't know. Not going to worry about it. And then I'm pointing out something I see in the case below. It's one of my favorite things to sell. Fenton. F-E-N-T-O-N. Fenton. That is blue opalescent hobnail. It's called hobnail because of the bumps all over it. And I'm describing to you what a quality Fenton, how you tell that from the other fake Fenton that I see here as well. Bunch of small stuff, smalls, love them smalls. There's Ronson lighters. Everybody knows Zippo, but I sell Ronson. So, that's one of my secrets. There you go. These razors really don't do that well unless they're in almost perfect shape, to be honest with you. That's a Ronson lighter. And then I spy something underneath. All smalls. Those pocket screwdrivers there, they're good. They're good money. Find the right advertising, you can get as much as 10 bucks for just one of those. You know, things that might say like GM or Ford or John Deere, International Harvester, you know, things like that. Here's some Jadite. You got to be wary of fake Jadite, and I know how to tell the difference. It's not hard to learn. It's something you can look up. I suggest you go look it up if you come across Jadite. Martha Stewart put out a brand of her own Jadite because she liked the old stuff so much. So you got to be careful of that. And she didn't mark her Martha Stewart pieces, I think. I've never seen the Martha Stewart pieces. But yeah, those are real. And because they're different colors, that doesn't make a difference. And then I'm looking around, and then here's a whole bunch of stuff. At this point, I gotta sit down because I can't stand up very long. That's the beauty of an auction. I get to sit down through it and buy stuff. So, yeah, that thing there on the end, the little dog, I don't think that's a stife. I've seen enough stifes to know. And you get used to seeing what stife looks like if you see enough of them. And then there's a weird dolphin thing on the end. That looks like no stife I ever know, but who knows? Maybe it is. That is a stife toy. That is a wooden horse on iron wheels. Peanuts umbrella. Peanuts always sell. Especially Snoopy. Especially Woodstock, which is a little bird. Little stife kangaroo. It waves at you. Hi. And here's a stife sheep sticking its tongue out at you. I later learned that this is the stife drunk sheep. And yep. Limited edition drunk sheep. These hats, they're beautiful. I think they're beautiful. I don't know enough about hats. I want to learn, but I just don't know enough about hats to be confident in buying those. I'm sure they were repopped. Shoenhut. Shoenhut. If you don't know it, look it up on eBay. Look at the solds on eBay. Look how creepy these clowns are. But these are 1880s German toys. And they're hard to find. They're not rare, but they are hard to find. And they go for big money. Xylophone. That's an Epiphone guitar. I'm pretty sure I've had one of those in my past. Mine was a reddish with the blackout. That's all. I'm just boring you. Here I come to save the day. And coloring books, vintage coloring books can do well. I'll pass on those though. Fisher Price record player. It's not worth as much as you think it is. And then I go over to tchotchke stuff. Sit here and complain about Star Wars. You don't want to hear me complain about Star Wars. And that's junk. I mean, you know, stuff sells, but then I noticed a little picture by Victoria Ceramics, made in Japan. And that's pretty blingy. I could probably get 12 to 15 for that pretty easily. And because of its bling, I might even get a little higher price. It's just something I've sold in the past. Okay, this is an F&F mold penguin salt shaker. I know it's salt shaker because it's got at least 4 holes in its head. F&F mold is a company that made a lot of plastic stuff in the early 70s. And they made all kinds of stuff, so. Mid-century modern glasses. I think they're ugly. I don't really like the frosted look. It makes me question if they're mid-century modern, honestly. They were frosting glasses then, but I mean, I don't know. It just didn't look like it to me. They look more 80s than anything else. That is a Shawnee Pottery Puss in Boots creamer. Shawnee Pottery about 4 years ago, along with all of the other big potteries like McCoy and Wagner, were big bucks. Now they're not. 1970, I bet 6 mid-century modern glasses. I would like to get those. I'm pretty sure those would sell very well. George and Martha Washington on the... I see these glasses a lot. A lot of people apparently had these. And their house is on one of the... I think it's a sugar cup. These are all old cardboard puzzles. I'm sitting here explaining I could probably get $5 a piece for them. Maybe 7. These are the wooden ones from the early 70s. I know because I had some. Yeah, Snoopy. That one will sell. That one is a guaranteed sale. Donald Duck. I just pointed him out because he's my favorite Walt Disney character. These are not advertising, contrary to what they look. They're not even repops of advertising. What they are TV trays, protectors, you know. And they look new in their construction, like 90s to 2000s new. Seriously, I'm used to dealing with stuff from 1950s and before, so. This is fake Fenton. You can tell, you see how the light just kind of goes through it. It's not quality glass. And it's light, and it's just cheaply made. It's just something to get used to. Lady head vases. You look them up. Some of them are going for big bucks. Some of them don't. You have to do your comps. When I'm sitting here showing one of the makers, there's about 4 different makers there. But that says Rubens Originals. If you wanted to look that up, and those aren't worth as much. There's some Napcos there, and Arelcos, and some others. Here, pointing out this Fisher-Price toy. I'm taking a look at it. You don't see it just yet, but you will. Shawnee Pottery, more. That's Bo Peep. Yeah, that's her name. I've seen that a lot. Like I said, I was pointing out that I sold exact ones of those about 4 years ago. And I could get 45, 50 bucks. Now they're like 10, 15. So, watching the, you know, the trends going up and down through the years. You'll see it if you do it long enough. It's kind of interesting. And then we've got Fisher-Price Jeep. You know, like I said, I'm just pointing out the quality of the toy. They built them to actually stand up to child use. And here it is. It's kind of cool looking. Fisher-Price Medical Complete. I was told at least 3 of them are complete. Yeah, I've never seen the cases before, but I looked them up, and they're looking at like $15 to $20 each, complete. Fisher-Price Train, a Fisher-Price typewriter. I was pointing it out for anybody that knew what it was. Space toys, it doesn't matter what it is, they should sell. It's complete, it's Fisher-Price, it's space. It would be a good purchase, I think. Yeah, here I'm pointing out all these little radio things down here at the bottom. Those guns aren't old at all. Okay, Fisher-Price milk bottles. If you can find something like this and they're in the carrying case, you can get about 15 bucks to 20 for the whole thing. I've sold them like that. If you find the original white ones with their caps, you can sell 2 of them for like 5 bucks. I've done it. I've done it very recently. So, there's that. These are all decorative collectibles. They're sold as decorative collectibles. To me, they're cheap. I don't mess with them. I want the real deal. I don't want them pretty on purpose not to be eaten off of. You know what I mean? I'm sitting here pointing out what these brands are without looking at them and testing myself, and I get 3 out of 4 of them right. These small ones, they're easy. Almost always going to be a Nesco. Okay, I've got one sitting here next to me as we record. That helps. The square one in the back, I pick it up. I always look at cups that are odd shaped because they sell, and they sell better than the normal ones. But that's Napco, so it's a collectible. Yeah, they're all like that. I just want to push that top 10 and watch them fall down. Let's see, what else is he looking at? Man, this guy sucks with his camera work, doesn't he? Oh, here. The big tractor will probably go as much as the John Deere. That Scout by International, comp it out, it's going for about 80 bucks. It's definitely something I got my eye on. These brown teapots here, made in Japan, don't buy them, guys. I'm up to 4 of them now, and yeah, they're just not selling. And I've tried to sell them low, I've tried to sell them high, I've tried to bulk them up. I mean, they're just not moving. And they're perfect. I mean, they're not chipped or nothing. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong with those. Those are collectible. I'd clean it up just a hair, you know, get the dirt off of it. This is stuff I like right here. This is Bavarian. Yeah. I looked up the name. Stuff is worth taking note of. Waiting on the camera to focus, as it does. I bet if I bought something like that, it'd probably go to Canada. Pointing out fake Fenton there. It's fake. The bubbles are like over the top on the edge, and they're sharp. You know it's fake. And here's some Fisher Price. More puzzles. Don't be nervous about selling that stuff. If you are worried about ethnicity, don't worry about it. Oh, that's modern right there at the top. It's worthless. I pay it no attention. Big ass cookie jar, and that's a really big one. Wide at the bottom too. I'm just checking it out. Here's some iron. Iron, that's pronounced iron around here, so it's not iron or iron. It's iron. One of them that I pull up is a Wapik 7, which means 7-inch. Wapik, W-A-P-A-K. You can look them up. I know all the names. I know about cast iron. There's plenty of information on the YouTube and internet. You guys can learn about it on your own. They're easy to ship. I've done okay with 8 tracks. You know, you get that whole lot, and the case there, 25, 30 bucks. Because that's classic rock and roll in there. Oak Ridge Boys and Boston, and there was a Journey in there. So, you know, I'd go for it. Shit, there were probably 8 tracks that I had. Here's a bunch of cheap-ass Tchotchke stuff that you'd buy like in a Get Well Center or, I don't know, Woolworth. Brass. Brass is coming back in a big way. I have no problem selling brass. Here's that flash glass. I have no idea what those are. They're just decorative figures. And I'll show you the marks underneath. And I make a joke about having too much coffee before I came in. And you'll see the joke. You know you're good when you can make yourself laugh. Oh. Am I worried about it if I laugh at myself? I don't know. Those are worthless. They're ceramic ramekins, so yeah, I mean you can use them. That thing's pretty cool, but it's not for me. I expect a better quality when I find those things. Now, what can I say? I checked out the checkerboard, chessboard. That's 90s. And then I see this. It's an advertisement for coal. Buy this brand of coal, which means it's old, because when's the last time you had to buy coal? Drafting sets, man, you really need to comp them before you buy them, period. German sets, Italian sets, you know, they'll do pretty good, but you still need to look them up. And that's pretty much what I'm saying. And here's a whole bunch of table collectibles. I do know, and if you don't know, the little lanterns are hot right now. Well, fake. Here's some more fake Fenton. I'll pick it up and point it out why. See that little white thing? It's not Fenton quality. They didn't do that. And the glass is just thin. I mean, it's just poor quality. You just learn. Snow babies. I'm sitting here thinking, my mom might like that igloo, so I might get that for her. That's another F&F mold thing. Bugs Bunny, if you didn't catch it, it's really poorly painted. It's all coming off. It was well used. A bunch of VHS series I'm not really going to mess with. I don't. That's the bottom of the barrel costume jewelry stuff. Probably $5 sitting here looking at a lot of the junk in the back. Let's see what I find. Oh yeah, the wood goose on driftwood. Sitting here saying I'd buy that piece, charge at least $15 for it. It's no bigger than a 3-inch by 2-inch thing, you know. It looks nice. I'd like to buy that, but eBay probably take it away from me like they did my last one. Bastards. Yep, Hello Kitty. Desirable, collectible. And then the other critter, everybody knows. It looks 70s. Maybe it's 60s. Stuff. Sit here and point out this big ass Craftsman chainsaw. You know, if that goes for more than $10, I'll be really surprised. Does it work? We don't know, but probably. Yeah, cheap shit that goes on the wall. That looks like something you'd buy from Target in the 2000s, 2010s. Targetto. Yeah, this, I'm sitting here pointing out, you can obviously tell these are crap. You pick them up. It says Dollar Tree Collection, so I'm going, ooh. There's a bear, I pick it up. the name stops. Look the name up. Do some research if you wanna. I about choked on everything there. We're talking like hundreds of dollars. This is a pretty neat looking jewelry case. But I don't do well with jewelry cases. You know, they gotta be special. Something about them. What something that is, I don't know. It just, you have to look at it. Here's a philosophy of mine. If you like it, somebody else out there is going to like it too. Vintage, you know, in-box, $10. Nothing on that shelf is vintage except for those flashcards. Sitting here pointing out the junk, laughing at that car. I see Fiesta ware, or what looks like to be Fiesta ware, so I pick it up to check, and it is Fiesta ware. Okay. The iridescent or carnival glass bowl, whatever you want to call it. That's a fairly new piece, you know, new by my standards. That gold pops just too much. There's no diminishing effects on it. I, for that, think that's an Indiana Glass Company piece. You kind of, you know, there's all kinds of glass makers. There's Imperial, and there's tons of them. Yeah, advertising pencils. Says something about Farm Bureau. Thinking if I could get the lot. Those locks in there were locked with no combination, so they're useless. Check out the boxes. You know, if I could go back here and buy the whole shelf for like $5, that'd be, you know, maybe worthwhile. You know, buying death pile stuff on purpose. You know, that kind of goes through my head. So I might not, you know. Check it out. 2009 China is what that says. I know who that is. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, just saying, yeah, Chotsky stuff. Here is a vintage juggling set. Originally I thought it was a 10-pin set, but there's not 10 pins, and there's some circus stuff here, so, you know. You put two and two together. The plastic animals are coming back, but they gotta say made in Hong Kong, made in Taiwan, made in Vietnam. It's made in China, don't buy it. Unless it's Fitz and Floyd. Not everything made in China is cheap. Just want you to know that. Camera's been there, done that. You know, if you guys want to look at this stuff, just pause the video. It's stuff I've done in the past, and it's like, eh. These wooden snakes here, they're all modern. Even if they're hand carved, they're still modern. I look at these wooden boxes below. They're neat. They got a an anchor to them, so I'm immediately thinking naval veterans would like this, maybe, or, you know. It says made in India. That immediately says that's 1980s to me. It's got the blue velvet lining. Sometimes you find them with the green velvet lining. These stores were like everywhere in the mall. I know because I went to them. You could also buy like the nunchucks and the Japanese throwing stars at those places. It was one of those things. Just import businesses. Yep, stuff. Sitting here showing you the, if you want to pause the video, you can look that stuff up. Kenwood, AFM, FM, and receiver components. The receiver was like 30 pounds. Stuff like this. I'm going to do a video on stuff like that. You guys should probably already know, but you know, old hardware sells. I'll stop off the side of the road if I see some furniture and it's like all broken and stuff. I take the hardware out. All you need is typically a screwdriver, maybe a pair of pliers for the other side. That's it. You stop by, you get that, start collecting, start throwing them up in there. I mean, it's very quick to do. Sometimes they're only finger tight, you know, so. Pot metal, yard ski stuffs, yard arch that you put on the outside of your house, stuff like that. That stuff sells well locally. And then I run off talking to the owner here. Oh yeah, check this rooster out, man. He's about 3 foot tall. I love it. It's yard art. I don't know why I'm drawn to that, but that thing's awesome. And because I think that if I could get it cheap, I would buy it. What would I do with it? Don't know. Keep it for a little while, enjoy it, because I like it. And then I'd flip it later. I do that a lot. I call that leasing from myself. It's okay to do that. Have fun. Don't feel guilty about buying stuff for yourself or others. Yep, there's some comics. Show them off. I'm not doing comics anymore. I'm done with comics. I still have some to sell, damn it. Yeah, here's a duck phone. I'm not in camp. There we go. They're about 20 bucks. Tested working. The eyes light up when the thing rings. Talking with the owner some more. We just passed right by a honey hole of mine, and there it is. Playing cards. If you watched any of the Beardos, the 2 live Beardos, you see me as a guest. I talk about playing cards. I'm gonna do a video. I've tried to do a video like 2 or 3 times, and they run over 35 minutes. So I guess I'll have to make it a 2-parter. Much like this is going to be a 2-parter. I ran through here quick. Harley Davidson, $5. Broken seal. Picked this up. It's completely sealed. Never been opened. But those things are so cheap. You really need like 3 or 4 of them to make any money off of. Congress. Playing cards. That's definitely 50s, 60s. It's probably a Brown and Bigelow box. Printing company thing. Yeah. So there's things you need to know. Sitting here complaining about how eBay handles their ethnicity policies. I like how they just... I don't see them appeasing the woke country at all. What I think they're doing is just shuffling the problem underneath the rug, honestly. But, you know, whatever. So you can't sell exaggerated features like, you know, lips, noses, and there can't be no blackface. No blackface. Can't be any blackface. Can't be anybody working in the cotton fields, which is stupid. But, you know, the cotton fields part. The other stuff, you know, I kind of agree with. It doesn't need to be sold. It is making fun of people. Vintage ice skates. I know nothing about them. If anybody knows anything about vintage athletic shoes of any kind, let me know. Or if they can point me to a website, let me know. I want to learn. And that's it. I jokingly say I'll bring by $1,400 tomorrow, and then that's the end of the video. Gotta get to bed. Gotta get up early. Want to be there, have my biscuits and gravy. Wait on the stuff to start and hobnob with the regulars. I thank you for watching. Have a profitable day. And ta-ta for now.